Here I have a pair of headphones that were taken apart by a dog, and I'm doing a repair. They're Beat Solo 3, and the whole right ear piece is ripped off. You can see the damage. The wires are all torn up, and the microphones aren't working. So the first thing that you want to do is remove the microphones so that we can get at it. They're just clipped on there. You can just unclip them with your with a guitar pick. And I'm just looking at those wires. I'm separating them. There's there's wires there, and the first thing I wanted to do is remove the battery just to make sure that there wasn't any short when the dog broke the headphones. So I removed the battery, and I'll be testing to see if the voltage is okay, because if there was a short, maybe the battery's damaged. So I'm just using my voltmeter, and I'm reading 4 volts. So that's an okay battery. The maximum voltage would be 4, and probably the low limit would be 3.7 or lower than 3. So now I'm removing the ear foam off the headphones so that we can access the wires to repair them. Just using a toothpick going around the foam, and then just prying them apart, and they should come apart there. Later, when you put them on, you'll just use some glue. After you have that, there are 3 screws that you want to unscrew that we can access the microphone in there. So I'm removing the screen, removing the screws, and there we go. Inside there are some wires that we'll be looking. First, there's a red wire. It has a red and then a blue copper. Then there's a blue wire. This goes to your left, and there's a red and copper wire there. So we'll be putting new wires because that red wire is broken off. It's not long enough to go to the electronics. The same with the blue one, and there's also a power one there. So I'm just using some new wire there, soldering on the negative of the mic, and then I will be doing the positive of the mic using a red wire there. So I'm using some flux on the wire, and just using my iron there, having a good contact. We'll be doing the same for the other mic. They're using the blue wire. I just twist the wires together before I solder them. This will ensure a good connection on the microphone. So just twisting them together and then soldering the wires together. There's also a black wire there. The black wire is the power, so you will want to do the black wire. So there'll be a total of 6 wires that you need to repair if the whole earpiece is torn off. Now I'm just testing the connection and making sure it's okay. Now on the electronic part, there are the 3 wires that we need to connect, and they have each color has 2 wires inside them, and I'm just using a lighter because there's a plastic covering over the wires. I'm drilling a bigger hole because the wires that we're using are a little bit thicker than the original, and then the 6 wires, 2 for each earphone, and for the power wires need to go through this hole. So I'm just putting them through so that we can connect it to the other electronics. Now those wires I need to connect to the matching wires there. So with blue, red with red, and then we have our power. The black one is the power. So make sure that you get the right colors matching up from the earpiece to the electronic board there. I'm also using electrical tape to make sure that those contacts don't short out when we put everything back together. After we have all the electronics fixed up, we can put back the 3 screws, and then we can verify and making sure that we also replace the battery. Then we can verify if this was a successful repair. Now I'm using my phone, and I'm turning on the Bluetooth on my phone, making sure that it connects to the speaker. It does, and using YouTube, just speaker tester, to make sure we can hear the left and right speaker. sounding good. It's working. The only thing we have to do now is glue back on the headphone, the ear muff piece, and there we go. If this video was helpful, please like the video and subscribe.